Hey everyone, it's Kirsten here. I've got a great workout for you today. I'm calling it the Extreme Ab Challenge, so it's all abdominals and it's a killer. I'll show you what it is so that you can take a snapshot. So there are 14 exercises and you're going to do them for 30 seconds each, going straight from one to the next to the next. So it goes for 7 minutes if you do it once through. If you want to make it more extreme, when I did this, and I did it with my ladies, we did it 3 times through. So it was 21 minutes straight of abdominal work. So I'll just go a little bit closer, and it does help to have this on the ground next to you. So you might want to jot those down and make a copy and just pop it on the ground when you're doing it, or you can just follow me. I'm going to do one full round, which is 7 minutes of 30 seconds of each exercise. And then at the end of that time you can take a short break and then do round 2, take a short break, and do round 3 and take a short break. Or if you want to make it super extreme, no breaks in between, just going straight from one round to round 2 to round 3. Or you might want to start with one round and work your way up to doing 2 rounds or to doing 3 rounds. So this is really great. Works every part of your core. And I will show you some options so that if some of the exercises are a little bit challenging for you, there is an easier version. So let's get straight into it. So I'm going to keep this on the ground next to me, just as you should, or you're either following my video. So some of the exercises are on the mat and some may not be. If you don't have a mat, you can fold a towel over a couple of times and just pop it under your forearms or elbows for when you're doing planks and things on the ground so that they're not too uncomfortable. So we're going to start with bicycle crunches. So on your back, I'm going to start my stopwatch. Now, hands behind the head just to support the weight of your head because your head is heavy. Take those feet out and cross the shoulder and elbow towards the knee. If that's a bit difficult for you, then take your feet up in the air. The lower you take your feet on the ground, the harder it is. So if you can do this version, make sure you don't arch your back. You're really bracing those core muscles, twisting your shoulders right across. This works every single part of your abs. It's one of the hardest ab exercises you can do, and that's 30 seconds. Legs are up, toe touches. Reach above your head, reach up towards your toes. Now, this is the slightly easier version. If you can, you're going to do a leg lower as well. So reach up and crunch, lower the legs. Reach up, crunch, lower the legs. We're going to do this for 30 seconds. So you're working from the very top of your abs to the very bottom of your abs with that leg lower. 5 more seconds. Breathing through that, just having a look at the next one. And next exercise, hands under the lower part of your butt. Point the toes, legs out straight, and flutter kicks. So tummy nice and tight. Now if your abs are not so strong, you're going to flutter kick up towards the ceiling, but still with your legs dead straight. If your abs are stronger, you're going to come down closer to the ground. Don't arch your lower back. Keep your abs nice and tight. Squeeze the core, and that's 30 seconds. Next one is side heel crunches. So you've got 2 options. You can reach straight from side to side like I'm doing now, or if that seems to bother your neck at all, you can do 15 seconds to one side and then 15 seconds to the other side. So we're working the obliques around the side of the stomach, above that hip area where we would affectionately call it our love handles. So squeeze your tummy so you're up in a crunch position. Reach around as far as you can. Awesome. Now we're going to cross one leg over. And this is an oblique crunch as well. We're taking the shoulder over to the knee. You can have your hand just by your side here, out to the side, whatever you'd prefer. We're really trying to get the shoulder across, so it's not just the elbow coming across. Reach your shoulder right over towards the knee and come right up and across as high as you can. So targeting a different area of those abs again, but still working all of your abdominals and especially down the side through the obliques. And change sides, cross the other leg over and going the other way. Now once again, your fingertips here can just support the weight of your head a little bit. We don't want to pull on the head like so. That's not a good technique. You want to keep your head back, looking sort of up towards the ceiling, but really getting that shoulder right across as far as you can. And the weight of your head is just in your fingertips. Think of a spider's web being nice and soft, and that's your head into your fingers. I better turn this around, I can't see very well. Next one is a plank. So now we're going to flip it over. Tuck your elbows right under your shoulders, out onto your toes, and dead straight for 30 seconds. Now make sure there's no teepees. What we don't want is bum in the air, okay? Nice and flat. Now what you don't want is hips down too low. That's going to hurt your lower back. So brace your stomach muscles. Keep breathing through it. Try not to hold your breath, but try and be as flat as you can. You've got 5 more seconds. Squeeze those tummy muscles. Now if you can't do this, this is the easier version. On your knees and tilt your hips forward and squeeze the tummy. Now we're going to transition straight into a side plank. So we're going to tuck the elbows straight under the shoulder, legs are dead straight. Draw the tummy in, lift the hips up, and that's your side plank. Now if you don't need to use your fingertips, you can have your arms here. If you need a little bit of balance, put your fingers in front, but try and be nice and straight through your spinal cord. What we don't want to see is a twisted body like so. Nice and straight, neutral through the head. Now keep going, but if that's too hard, bend your knees behind at 90 degrees and lift up. So you're really straight and really long through your body. That's slightly easier. For some of you, it may be too hard to come up with a straight leg. Now we're going to flip over to the other side. So to save you turning around, you're just going to do this on the spot, 30 seconds of a side plank as we are. Now stay with that, guys. I'm going to show you the easier version. So the legs bend behind and we just lift up. Really straight, right from the tip of your head, right through your spinal cord, nice and straight. And that's 30 seconds. Now we're going to go into alternate knee pulls. So up into a push-up position, legs are straight, hands right under the shoulder. Going to pull one knee up and across, other side, up and across. Now as you do, you're going to twist your hips slightly. So this is quite challenging. Some of you may not be able to do this. Keep going with that. You might just have to try and do this exercise here. So if you can't do a knee pull like so, then I want you just to hold a plank with straight arms, and that's still going to work your stomach muscles. We'll do one more each side and that'll be 30 seconds. Okay, now we're going to move into Spider-Mans. So think of Spider-Man scaling the wall, back into a push-up position. We are going to take the knee to the side and back, to the side and back. Now we're not going into a push-up, but you will have a bit of weight coming forward, really on those chest and shoulders. Now when you're doing this, keep going with that, guys. If you could see that side on, it's really peeling the knee out to the side and opening right out through the hip joint. So keep that going. You've got a couple more seconds. Excellent. Okay, now we're going to do some plank stomps. So either back to the forearms, or if you're more comfortable with a straight arm, I'm going to do mine here. Back into your plank position and stomp away for 30 seconds. So brace your tummy muscles. Back is nice and flat. Now every time you stomp, I'm not bending my knees, I'm not flicking my legs. My legs are dead straight, and you will feel that in your backside as well as your tummy muscles. And that's 30 seconds. Last exercise, instead of hands under the butt, instead of these flutter kicks, we're going to go side, side. So legs out, legs in. Like a ballerina, point the toes, legs dead straight. If that's too hard, take the legs straight up to the ceiling. But point the toes and keep the legs really straight. The stronger your abs, the lower you can take these towards the ground. And they're called a flutter kick, so you want to make them fairly quick, and that's 30 seconds. So that's our 14 exercises. That's taken us 7 minutes. If you want to make that harder for yourself, you go round 2. If you want to make it harder again, you go round 3. Always remember with your ab work, your lower back shouldn't hurt, so draw your navel in towards your spinal cord, lock on your core through here and keep it strong the whole way through. If you happen to really want to work that area, you're still going to need to do a lot of your fat burning stuff, other weight training, cardio training, etc. to try and strip the body fat on top. But if you do those ab exercises, it's going to target every part and we'll see those abdominal muscles coming through. So go for it. It's either 7 minutes, 14 minutes or a 21-minute workout. Have fun with that.